Sheriff, wake up.
Sheriff.
Oh, sorry.
You're falling asleep during practice again.
It's getting late.
What time is it? Oh. Whoa, gotta get going. You know I'd never miss an episode of The Children's Corner. When I'm sitting around with my homework all done and there's nothing to do, I call all of my friends, they don't answer the phone. Where have they gone to? Where do you go?
We're gonna go to the children's corner. Where do you go? We're gonna go to the children's corner. Where do you go? We're gonna go to the children's corner. Where do you go?
Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to the town of the Children's Corner, located in the world of the magical couch. I'm Sheriff Stephen J., the Sheriff of Slouch County. But I'm not in the town of the Children's Corner right now. I'm back in the world up above, and I've returned to one of the states, and that state would be Hawaii. And I'm on the island of Maui, in the state of Hawaii. I've been here before, and if you recall, the first time that I came to Maui, it was because of the Captain Steve rafting adventures, and we went out whale watching with Captain Steve. It was a great time.
We're going to move on now, you guys, onto another pod. And we've seen baby whales on this trip. And mother whale does not have an outward nipple like other mammals do. So the baby knocks up against the bottom of the mother, and mom releases the milk right into the water, and he curls his tongue up and acts like a straw. And the consistency of the mother's milk is 50% pure fat, so it's more like cottage cheese or yogurt.
And the second time I was here, if you recall, we were at Kanapali Beach in Whalers Village, where we went through the Maui escape rooms. I never thought I'd get out of that jail cell. Oh. Hello? I can't figure it out. It's been over an hour. Anybody out there?
What's going on in here?
Well, you told me that I only had to be in here for an hour to figure out the puzzle to open the doors. I can't figure it out. I can't find any clues. I'm stuck in here. I feel kind of uncomfortable in here. And you told me I have an hour to do this. It's been over an hour.
No way, man. It's only been 5 minutes.
Oh. And now we're back a third time. So why are we back for a third time? And I'll tell you why. It's because of the Hawaiian green sea turtles. And I have some, fake ones behind me here. But they get huge. At least as large as this big one right here. They call them Honu here on the island. And Honu is a Hawaiian word. And that Hawaiian word just happens to be a letter chef word of interest. Honu. H-O-N-U. Meaning a large sea turtle. Honu. And I came back here because I heard that they climb out of the ocean on one of the beaches on the North Shore here, and they bask in the sun, a whole bunch of them at once. And I've only seen their heads sticking out of the ocean. I've never seen them in their entirety. So that's why I'm here, and it's starting to rain. So let's got to get going. Let's go see if we can find these turtles together. You might as well join me because you're already here. So why don't we all take off our hats? And as a matter of fact, I probably will be taking off my hat because it's very, very windy over there. Well, just take off your hats and hold on. And let's go over and try to find us some of these Hawaiian green sea turtles. They're huge. I found it! The beach everybody told me about, where the Honu climb out of the ocean and bathe in the sun on the sand. Ho'opika Beach. And depending on the day, you could get, a few turtles, a whole bunch of turtles, or moderately in between. And today we have a moderate amount of turtles. Now they're off that way, and we're over here only because the wind is so bad. I almost lost my hat a few times. You know, it was terrible. And a chicken over there actually was trying to get out of the wind as well. This chicken, you should have seen it. It's in a tarp. It found this black tarp and had a slit in the tarp. It climbed into the tarp to get out of the wind. It was sticking its head out. And pretty amazing. Even the chicken wanted to get out of the wind. It was pretty bad. So today we have a moderate amount of turtles out there in various sizes, but there's a special guest out there as well. But before I talk about the special guest, I want you to take a look behind me. Right there. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there is a Honu on the surface in the ocean there. You can see the shell, and every so often it sticks out its head. That is the view that I get every time I come here. That's as close as I can come to actually seeing a Honu. But today we're in for a treat because now we can see him on the beach, and we're going to see him in just a second. But I want to talk about the special guest. It's a monk seal. Because on various beaches throughout the Hawaiian Islands, monk seals also will climb out of the ocean, and they'll also sunbathe on the sand. Sometimes with the turtles, sometimes with other monk seals. So it's a pretty cool thing. Now this monk seal has a history. The history being kind of sad but kind of happy. This monk seal, I heard some people talking, actually a few months ago was bit by a shark. Very unfortunate. And that monk seal survived the attack, and it's been climbing out and basking in the sun and healing for 2 months. And from what I can tell, it looks pretty healthy. So yay to that monk seal for surviving the shark attack. Now we're out of the wind. Let's talk about the Hawaiian green sea turtle, or the Honu. The Hawaiian green sea turtle, also known as Honu, is a beloved marine creature in Hawaiian culture and ecosystems. These turtles are the largest hard-shelled sea turtles in the world, often reaching lengths of up to 4 feet and weighing over 300 pounds. Their name comes from the greenish color of their fat, a result of their diet, which consists mostly of algae and seagrass. They are most commonly found in the shallow coastal waters around the Hawaiian Islands, thriving in coral reef habitats that provide both food and shelter. Culturally, the Honu holds a significant place in Hawaiian tradition and beliefs. Many native Hawaiians view these turtles as an ancestral spiritual guardian. They symbolize endurance, longevity, and guidance, often appearing in Hawaiian art such as wood carvings, glass creations, or likenesses of them on bags and apparel. And they also appear in legends. For centuries, the Honu has been revered as a connection between the land, ocean, and people, embodying the balance and harmony of the natural world. One of the unique behaviors of the Hawaiian green sea turtle is our tendency to bask on beaches, which is very rare with sea turtles. This basking behavior allows them to regulate their body temperature and rest after long swimming sessions. It's not uncommon to see Honu stretched out on the sands of popular beaches, such as the beach here, Ho'okipa Beach, and other beaches as well on other Hawaiian islands. This site draws both locals, visitors, and you and I for that matter, giving us all a rare opportunity to observe these creatures up close. However, Honu face a range of threats in the world. Habitat destruction, ocean pollution, and climate change pose significant risk to their survival. The rising temperature of sand at nesting sites, for instance, can affect the sex ratio of hatchlings, as warmer sand tends to produce more females. Additionally, they get caught in fishing nets, and ingestion of marine debris like plastic further endanger these turtles. As a result, they have been protected under the U.S. Endangered Species Act since 1978. Conservation efforts in Hawaii have played a vital role in the recovery of the Honu population. Initiatives like the Ma'alama na Honu program focuses on educating the public about respectful interactions with turtles and the importance of marine conservation. And I do have to say, seeing the turtles out there basking in the sun, they look pretty happy. A happy Honu. That's what I like to refer to them as, the happy Honu. And there you have it. That's some information about the turtles. I hope you learned a little bit of something. And it's one more thing you don't have to wonder about in this world, because let me tell you, there's a lot of things in this world to wonder about. Ever wondered how seasons know when to change? All for different, I find it all so strange. Ever wondered how scientists find a cure? Or how inventors invent gadgets that endure? It seems I wonder all the time, how does a mountain goat climb? Electric cars and computers are the tip of the iceberg. These are the things that puzzle me. I wonder at times, things boggle my mind. Hope answers I find. It's an interesting thing how the birds sing or a doorbell can ring. To figure things out for me, it's like having a key for information to see. I just want to learn, I feel it's my turn for the knowledge I yearn. I wonder at times, things boggle my mind. Hope answers I find. It's an interesting thing how the birds sing or a doorbell can ring. To figure things out for me, it's like having a key for information to see. I just want to learn, I feel it's my turn for the knowledge I yearn. Ever wonder if traveling would be fun? See other cultures and places where beauty stuns. Ever wondered how creative people think? Or why lemons float, but limes will sink? Who figured out the fuse? Or the months of the year we use? Electric cars and computers are the tip of the iceberg. These are the things that puzzle me. I wonder at times, things boggle my mind. Both answers I find. It's an interesting thing how the birds sing or a doorbell can ring. To figure things out for me, it's like having a key for information to see. I just want to learn, I feel it's my turn for the knowledge I yearn. Oh yeah! Very good, everybody. Very good, everybody. Who wants to go eat?
I'm down.
Felt like someone was following me. I'm back! I'm back from Maui. And I got me a Honu coffee cup. Very nice coffee cup right there, right there. And I got this. What is this? Well, those turtles, by the way, they were pretty cool. Weren't they cool? Fascinating, interesting, beautiful things. But on my way back from the turtles, I happened to go through this town of Lahaina, and I ran into this place. There's a bunch of buildings there, you know, and one of them on the wall of the building, it said Maui Kuia Estate Chocolate. And that's what this is. This is Maui Kuia Estate Chocolate. So I got a tin here, there, and I got a couple bars here. One milk chocolate and one dark chocolate. So I went inside the building to buy the chocolate. And when I walked in, I saw this window going across the wall there. And behind the window was a gentleman who was actually making chocolate. He has the machines there and
Chocolate?
that's interesting. You know, by
Ooh,
itself.
what a great comfort
But
food.
then what really
Comforts
got
me.
was when I found out that this company has a farm, 20 acres. And on that 20 acres, they grow their own cacao trees. So why is that important? Because a cacao tree, they grow a pod on them. And within that pod is what is used to make chocolate. So they're growing their own trees. And I thought it was pretty amazing. I'd like to tell you a little bit about it because I went to the farm and it was very interesting. I'll tell you, if you had a minute, I'm sure they've got a minute. 1 minute. Anyhow, I'm going to have a seat here. All right. All right, let me start with some basic information about the cacao tree. First off, the cacao tree thrives in wet tropical regions close to the equator, where temperatures are warm and humidity levels are high. And to grow cacao, it's essential to provide the right environmental conditions, like shade and filtered sunlight, well-draining soil rich in organic matter, and consistent access to water. At this Maui Kuia Estate chocolate farm, banana trees have also been planted alongside the cacao trees, which provide for natural shade, with the banana leaves used during the fermentation process. That said, brings me to a very interesting fact about this cacao farm that's being grown in the hills above Lahaina. These trees, they need like a rainforest type environment to thrive. And Lahaina is even close to that type of climate. Lahaina is actually a desert. In Hawaiian, Lahaina means cruel or merciless sun. So misters are used at the farm to water the trees every day, which gives each plant 1 gallon of water, and that is enough for the tree to survive. But it moderately stresses out the tree as they want more water than just a gallon. This stress causes the fruit to acquire a slight sweet raspberry taste, which normally isn't present in trees grown in tropical regions. Also, cacao trees are very delicate when it comes to wind. It doesn't take much wind to kill a cacao tree, and Lahaina is famous for its very strong winds. So to combat the wind problem, this farm is surrounded by huge trees, which were specifically picked out and planted to protect the cacao trees within it from the wind. So now you have desert conditions and high winds, the opposite of which cacao trees need to grow, but through quick thinking and ingenuity, they're doing it. Did I mention that the owner is a scientist? It takes about 3 to 5 years for cacao trees to start bearing fruit. When the trees begin to flower, those flowers have to be pollinated. The insect that pollinates the trees at this farm is the midge. However, not all the flowers will get pollinated. The pollinated flowers, called chirale, will produce pods, and the flowers that don't get pollinated, called wilted chirale, of course, will wither up and finally fall off the tree, creating mulch, which will help fertilize the tree for the next season. The chirale become the pods, and also the pods are called chirales, and they grow directly from the trunk or main branches. They're oval shaped, and when their color turns to vibrant hues, ranging from green to yellow, orange, or red, that means the fruit is ripe. Inside the pod lies the seeds, that are known as cacao beans, enveloped in a sweet white pulp. It's crucial to monitor the development of the pods closely, as harvesting too early or late can negatively impact quality. Harvesting cacao is a meticulous process, as pods must be removed carefully to avoid damaging the tree's bark or branches. Machetes or pruning shears are typically used to cut the pods from the tree. Fermentation is the next critical stage in the journey from tree to chocolate. The beans and pulp are placed in containers and they have holes that have been drilled on the bottom of them for drainage. And they're lined with banana leaves. More banana leaves are used to cover the beans and pulp, where naturally occurring microorganisms break down the pulp and develop the bean's flavor profile. This process typically lasts 5 to 7 days, but the farm here will actually go through the fermentation process for 2 weeks, with frequent turning to ensure even fermentation. After fermentation, the beans are dried in the sun to reduce their moisture content and preserve them for transport and storage. After drying, the bean is roasted. And since roasting a cacao bean is similar to roasting a coffee bean roaster is used here. The roasted bean is cracked open to remove the shells, leaving behind nibs. This is done with a machine known as a winnower, which is commonly used to separate stems, leaves, and debris from other natural products as well, such as blueberries. Cacao nibs by themselves are valued as a healthful snack due to their rich antioxidant content and natural energy boost, often featured in smoothies, granolas, and baked goods. Their crunchy texture and intense unsweetened chocolate flavor make them a versatile addition to both sweet and savory dishes, including desserts and sauces like mole. The nibs then go through grinding stages, where at the final stage, they have turned into a powder or mass, which is the same as a baking chocolate you find at the market. This mass serves as the base for making all of the chocolate products. Now, what do you say we take this mass, or baking chocolate, and we go to the factory and see exactly how this award-winning producer makes the chocolate? And I promise, I'll make it short and sweet. No pun intended.
Oh, brother.
Sugar is added to the mass and is blended together with a machine that has ball bearings on the bottom of it. This will be your dark chocolate. If making milk chocolate, milk is added, and that's the only difference. When all the blending has been completed, it goes to a final machine where the finished chocolate pours out of a spigot from that machine into that machine's bowl and is stirred. It's then placed into molds and put in a refrigerator to cool. The molds with the hardened chocolate are sent to the packaging room, where the chocolate is manually taken out of the molds and sent into the packaging machine on a conveyor belt. This machine is very impressive to watch. It wraps the chocolate in foil, and then it puts a paper label over that, and then that finished foiled labeled product comes out on the other side of the machine, and it drops into a bin. The individual chocolates are then hand-packed into various consumer bags, boxes, or tins.
Oh, after listening to all of that, you better share.
Alright, well, first of all, we have the tin. This tin. In this tin are small ones, okay? And I'll take this out. This is what they were making when I was there. Yeah, there you go. It's better. There are a couple missing because I kind of, had some. This is the box. As you can see, wrapped in foil. And these bars aren't like you would think, long bars. These chocolate bars are just squares. They're chocolate squares. I won't open it up. There we go. And this is dark chocolate with some milk in it. There we go. Got some chocolate here. I'll put it on top of this other box. Same thing inside. This is your milk chocolate. So let's try one real quick. I haven't had lunch yet. So I gotta go back to the house and get something to eat. Then I'll come back here and I'll leave this here. When I leave, I will partake when I return. And we'll try this out. Not bad.
Wait, what? Did he just say that he's leaving and the chocolate isn't? Sounds like opportunity's knocking. I'm so hungry.
So there you have it. Very interesting. The turtles, the chocolate farm, and you know what? There's other things there in Maui. I might have to go back again. So I want to thank you for joining me today. I look forward to the next time we all get together on the Children's Corner. I'm gonna have me some chocolate in a minute. I gotta go to the house. Do some things. Yeah. I'll be back though. For my chocolate. Oh! Ah! What? Whoa! I knew I was being followed. The thing's huge. I think it's one of the small ones. Where do you go?
We're gonna go to the children's corner.
Where do you go?